This is not something that I normally do, but for some reason today I feel compelled to make a video about mental illness. I have been dealing with panic disorder probably for about maybe 24 years now, maybe a little bit longer. Not sure. Seems like it's been forever. But for those of you who are in the same situation that I'm in, it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. Hopefully, you have the awesome, dynamic, understanding, amazing support system that I do. I know that my disorder can take a toll on my family at times. You know, if my son pulls into the driveway and he sees my truck there and it's early in the day, he immediately thinks mom had a panic attack and she had to rush home from work, and he comes in the house himself freaking out. That's the type of toll my disorder has taken on my family. My husband is a fixer, and this is not something that you can fix. So sometimes it leaves him feeling helpless, and men don't like feeling helpless. Well, real men don't like feeling helpless, I should say. And so instead of being able to fix it, he's had to learn how to help me cope with it. And so, you know, if I'm hyperventilating or something like that, he brings me an ice pack. And so, just in case you didn't know, if you've ever experienced an anxiety attack or panic attack, something to shock you is really helpful at times. So an ice pack really helps me focus. And so actually to this day, I always keep a bottle of ice water close by, not necessarily to drink it, although I probably should, but just to apply it to my neck, my forehead, whatever part of my body is exposed at the time, to try to help bring me down. And it's okay to not be okay. It doesn't make you weak. It's a flaw in your chemical balance. It's not a flaw in your character. It doesn't make you less than anyone else. You're just wired differently. That's what my doctor beats into my head all the time. You're wired differently. And so because you're wired differently, you have to learn how to cope. Fortunately, my panic disorder has not interfered with my ability to keep a job. It hasn't interfered with, you know, my ability to be a wife, to be a mother, to be a godmother, to be a daughter, to be a sister. However, there are times where I just can't function. I can't do anything. Just getting off of the couch is just impossible. Eating is impossible. I cannot tell you how many times I've had to go to the emergency room just to get IV fluids because I just can't drink. You know, I feel like my throat's closing or something like that. It's a real scary thing. It's a really, really scary thing. As a matter of fact, this this Friday, I had an episode that was pretty bad that resulted in a trip to excuse me, a trip to urgent care, followed by I went straight from urgent care to the emergency room. It was that bad. It just really was. So I say all this to say, for those of you who don't suffer with these types of things, whether it's ODC, I said ODC. That's the lawyer in me. That's Office of Disciplinary Counsel. I'm not talking about ODC. Whether it's OCD, ADD, ADHD, panic disorder, whatever. For those of you that don't suffer from these things, just be mindful of the things that you say to people who trust you enough to share that they suffer from these things from day to day. You know, when I'm going through stages of depression, the worst thing someone can say to me is, "You don't look depressed." What does that mean? What does that mean to look depressed? Or I tell someone that I suffer from anxiety disorder, and they go, "What do you have to be anxious about?" That's not the proper response. It's really, really not. The proper response is, what can I do to help? I don't see you any differently. What can I do to help? And trust me, just knowing that we have your support makes all the difference in the world. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and it's Game of Thrones tonight, y'all. Baby.